I'm Sherry Hale, and I'm a permanent makeup artist out of Western New York. I've been doing cosmetic tattooing for 10 years and training for 3. And when I first trained, I had the luxury of being trained by a very smart woman who taught me to do my drawing with nothing but a toothpick and my pigment. And I've been doing it that way ever since I've done permanent makeup. And since that time, I've never seen or had an allergic reaction with any of my clients. So I've been continuing to do that for the past 10 years, and I've been watching as all of these tools have been evolving and coming out into the marketplace. And I want you to really ask yourself the question, do you know for sure that these items can be properly sterilized in between your clients? And I also want you to ask yourself, when you draw on using a grease pencil or a makeup pencil, and then you tattoo over it, where do these items go? Well, isn't it logical to believe that it would go into the skin? So this has been my worry and a concern that I've had. In the last 3 years, I've been on a mission to figure out how to make this toothpick and this pigment turn into something that was usable so that we could save some money, first of all, by not having to have all of these things. And we're going to prevent cross-contamination, keep our clients safe, and not have to worry about allergic reactions. So I have been able to do that. I've spent several years coming up with this brush. This is the Sherry Hale Define Brush. On one end of it is a very, very fine brush. It took a while to get the quite right angle and the depth and the density, and it makes a super, super fine line, and you use it with your pigment. And then I decided to put a few more things on here to help us out so that we would save some time. So it has a measuring ruler, and it has abrasive on one end. That has a stirring stick. It also can be used as a conducting unit. When you're teaching your students, you can feel the depth of how far their needle pressure seams. And you throw it away when you're done. It's single use. They're very affordable, and I'm very excited to present this to you. So I hope you watch the demonstration video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, please give us a call at 716-264-4659, extension 3, or look us up on Facebook. I'm going to start by cleaning the skin. So next I'm going to show you how we abrade the skin using the 100 grit abrasion on the end. This is for pre-numbing. And what's nice about having this on the tool itself, you're not grabbing for additional tools, and it's round, so it's not scratching the skin. And you're going to go ahead and place your pigment in your ring cup. And we want to keep our pigment nice and creamy. So now you can use your actual brush to do your stirring. And once you've got your pigment all ready to go, you're actually going to scoop it out and place it right on your glove. Just about that much. And you're going to put your ring cup back on your tray. And then you're going to grab a dry tissue and a wet wipe and place them together. Your wet wipe is so that if you need to clean your brush, it's there. And the dry wipe is if your hands are slippery and you need to dry your fingers. And so now you're just going to take your brush and you're just going to get just a little bit of pigment on each side of your brush so that it stays nice and flat so that you'll be able to get a nice clean line. Look right straight at me and close your eyes. And this is how I do my brow markings. I start by making my line right in the center. And I can grab a little more pigment if I need. And I'm going to use the inside divot of the nose and go right straight up and make my mark, and the other side of the nose, and I'm going to go straight up and make that mark, and then I'm going to go straight out to the side for my side mark, and straight out to the side for my other side mark. So just reinforce those lines. Now you can actually take the measuring and you can decide if you've got that exactly where you want it, and that's right on point where I want it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get more pigment, and I'm going to start my design. And you can see you can get a really nice straight line. So I have my two tops on. Now you can actually take your ruler again, and you can measure from the corner of your brow to the corner of the eye, and check that with the other side. And I'm at 3/4 on both sides, so that's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue by drawing the bottom. And obviously you'll have to tweeze some hair out if it's not fitting in your design. Just like that. And now you can go ahead and clean your brush off. And now what you want to do is you want to work on the inside of her brows so that you can create the look that she wants. So you flip your brush over, and you're just going to get a little bit of pigment right on the tip of the brush. I'm going to flip your brush over, and you're going to make your mark. You're going to get some more pigment. And make your other mark, and again I'm going to just check it. So this is the way I draw my brows on, and hopefully you can practice with the brush long enough and get this to work for you as well. And she looks fabulous. Now once you get your brow drawn on, your brush is going to come with these nice little cotton sticks with a little bit of cotton on the end. You're going to use a fresh baby wipe that's nice and wet, and you're going to get it damp. So you want to come on in and just use the cotton to clean up your excess pigment before showing her your design. You can wipe off the end marks. If you need to do any cleaning inside, what you really want is your line to be very, very thin and clean. So where the pencils are very bulky, this is nice and thin. And it's just like that. So if you're a new beginner and you just prefer to use the rulers, you can get your ruler set up ready ahead of time. And rather than putting the pencil on the skin, you're still going to use your pigment. And if you're too worried about your pigment being removed, then you can actually use a medical grade ink. So now you can use the ballpoint end of the brush, use your medical grade ink, and you would use this to draw your brow on, however you were taught to draw your brow on. So this is just for demonstration. I don't actually use this method, but this is what you would do with the daughter. So you can check all of your final measurements. 6.5. And 6.5. You can check the arch point at 4.25. And now you're ready to show her the design. So I know that you're probably worried now that your pigment is going to be rubbed off as you work. So I want to show you how I work when I do my tattooing. I hold a tissue on the outside and put in my hair stroke starting at the tail. And as I work in, I move my thumb, do my stretch, and again do my hair strokes. So I'm not messing up any of my lines that I have drawn with my pigment as I work. Okay? For example, I'd like to talk to all of you trainers that are out there. This has been an amazing implement for teaching your students on how deep to put their needle in the skin, so the pressure points. So I'm going to have to invite Krista in to assist me with this. So Krista, if you'd hold this brush for me. So let's just say, for example, I was working on a brow. I'm the student, Krista's the teacher, and Krista's gonna actually put the metal ball right close to where I'm working, and she's gonna hold the ball right on the skin, and as I'm working gently, there's a vibration that sends all the way up the handle that tells the teacher how deep you are. It's amazing. So you can feel everything your student is doing, and you can tell them to go lighter or harder. And she can tell if I'm too deep or if I'm too shallow. So she can actually guide her student on the placement of her hand.